swinging a drive deep to left field. More history. Goodbye baseball off the out-of-town scoreboard. Cal Raleigh with his historic 49th home run of the year. Cal has hit more home runs than any catcher in the history of the game of baseball.
From MLB.com, this is the Morning Lineup Podcast. I'm your host, Matt Monaghan. Today is Monday, August 25th, and he is the superior derriere, the biggest dumper, Cal Raleigh. We'll get into the Mariners catcher's milestone day on Sunday. The Dodgers and Padres both really want to win the NL West. The Yankees had a rough weekend against Boston, but there's no cure like some smooth jazz. Plus, through his first 50 starts, Paul Skenes may just be the best pitcher ever. Let's get to it. Heading into the bottom of the first inning against the A's on Sunday, Cal Raleigh, with 47 home runs, was just one behind Salvador Perez for the most home runs hit by a primary catcher in one season. After the at-bat, they were tied.
0-1 to Cal.
High fly ball! Way out of here! There it goes! Number 48 reaches the second deck!
So how long would it take for Raleigh to surpass Perez with his 49 and become the single-season catching king of crushing baseballs? Days? Weeks? How about his next at-bat?
Cal! Blast off! Left field! There it goes! Cal Raleigh! His 49th home run! Storybook season by Cal Raleigh! He has done it!
Your new greatest home run hitting catcher in single-season history, the Big Dumper. Not only that, but it was also Raleigh's 9th multi-home run game of the season. That's also the most all-time by a switch hitter. The guy he passed, he's pretty good too. Maybe you've heard of Mickey Mantle. It was all part of an 11-4 Mariners win, backed by another tremendous start by Logan Gilbert. He struck out a career-high 13 over 6, allowing just one run. After the Astros lost to the Orioles 3-2 on Sunday, the M's are now just 2 games back of the Astros for first place in the AL West. But I know what you really want. You want to hear more from the Big Dumper, right?
I don't know. It was a lot of fun, and I guess I remember just tipping the cap to the crowd and everybody on their feet. It was really a cool moment.
The Dodgers were mad. Well, I don't know that for sure. I don't have Freddie Freeman's phone number, but they had to be. LA had lost to the Padres on Friday and Saturday to fall out of first place in the NL West by a game. They were now, if the season ended Saturday, a wildcard team. The Dodgers, a wildcard team. The game didn't start out great for them again on Sunday. Ramon Laureano robbed Teoscar Hernandez of a grand slam, and then Elias Diaz put the Padres up 2-1 in the third with a 2-run homer. But then, there was that guy, Freddie Freeman.
A smash to right center field, headed towards the wall. It is gone! And tied in the 6th. Freddie Freeman saves the day with a game-tying home run as they try to get tied in the standings.
Freeman's 17th of the year to tie the game at 2. And then in the 7th, with 2 on, Dalton Rushing said, I may bat 9th on this team, but batting 9th on this team is like batting 5th on any other team.
Launches a fly ball to right field. Tatis going back. He's at the wall. Dalton Rushing's biggest big league swing.
A 3-run shot for the rookie to put the Dodgers up 5-2. Freeman would add another dinger in the inning to make it 7-2. And then, showtime.
Ohtani gets into one. Headed out there to right center field. Kiss it goodbye. And the home run party continues.
Ohtani's 45th of the year, an 8-2 LA win. The Dodgers are now back, tied with the Padres for first place in the NL West. The two teams don't meet again this season, but I'm pretty sure we'll see them squaring off in a series this October. Coming up, the Red Sox were trying to do something against the Yankees they hadn't done since the 1930s. The Yankees, as you may have guessed, were not very interested in that happening. That's after the break. The Yankees and their fans were not too pleased. New York lost to the Red Sox on Thursday, on Friday, on Saturday. They'd lost 8 straight against their arch rival headed into Sunday. They were on the verge of getting swept in a 4-game series against Boston at home for the first time in 86 years. 86! Jazz Chisholm did not like the sound of all of that.
Right field. That one back and on its way, and that is gone. Jazz Chisholm Jr. and the Yankees jump out front. It is 2-0, a towering home run.
A 2-0 lead in the second inning on Jazz's 23rd of the year. You know who else didn't like the sound of those numbers? Trent Grisham in the third inning.
Swing and a drive, right field, on its way, out of here. A no-doubter for Trent Grisham, his 24th.
That was one of 2 home runs for the guy Aaron Boone calls the Big Sleep. And to really put the game away in the 8th, the Yankees played some more of that smooth jazz.
Swing on deep drive, right field, it's hit hard, going, goodbye! Yes, Chisholm, everybody.
The lead was good enough for Carlos Rodon, who gave up just 2 runs while striking out 3 over 5 2/3. The Yankees went on to salvage the 4-game series with a 7-2 win. The Sox are now just a half game up on the Yanks for the first AL wildcard spot. The 2 teams do face off one more time during the weekend of September 12th at Fenway Park. That should be, as my 5th grade teacher Mrs. Pick used to say, a doozy. Elsewhere around the league,
There you go, Paul Skenes on the mound. 7 strong innings from him.
I would say 7 really strong innings. 3 hits, 7 strikeouts, didn't walk anyone. He was, as he has been through his previous 49 for the most part, virtually unhittable.
Through 50 starts, Paul Skenes just behind Vita Blue now.
Paul Skenes made the 50th start of his career yesterday. And well, like his first 49, it was utterly dominant. 7 Ks over 7 scoreless innings, giving up just 3 hits and 0 walks in the Pirates' 4-0 win over the Rockies. Skenes now has the lowest ERA in all of baseball, with a ridiculous 2.07 mark. And historically, well, he's nearly the best all time through a pitcher's first 50 starts. Vita Blue, the best name anybody's ever had, held a 2.01 ERA through his first 50 starts, best all time in the live ball era. Skenes is just behind him now at 2.02. 3 others are tied at third with a 2.15 mark. Oral Hershiser, Howie Pallette, and Jerry Kuzman. Those are some decent pitchers. Speaking of dominant scoreless pitching outings, Ranger Suarez struck out 11 over 7 in a Phillies 3-2 win over the Nats on Sunday. He walked none and gave up just 3 hits. Rafael Marchand had a big 2-run double to get the scoring going for the Phils. Suarez is now 10-6 with a 3.01 ERA. It was a big start after a handful of big starts by Phillies pitchers after learning they're losing their ace Zach Wheeler for the year with thoracic outlet syndrome. Wheeler will get surgery and hopes to be back in 6 to 8 months. It was also a big win for the Phils, ahead of a big series this week against the second-place Mets. New York lost to the Braves 4-3 on Sunday, and are now 7 games back of first. David Peterson gave up 2 runs over 5 1/3 with 8 Ks. Mark Vientos hit a homer in his 3rd straight at bat, carrying over from 2 on Saturday. But a go-ahead 2-run single by Jurickson Profar in the 8th sealed things for the Braves. With the Mets loss, the Reds are now just a game and a half back of them for the final wildcard slot. They beat the D-backs 6-1. Brady Singer struck out 9 in 6 one-run innings. Spencer Steer hit a big 3-run homer, his 16th. With the win, the Reds also avoided a sweep and are the only team not to be swept this season. Down 3-2 in the 9th, with 2 outs, Heliot Ramos singled 2 runs in to give his Giants a 4-3 victory over the Red Hot Brewers. Robbie Ray gave up just 3 runs over 5 in the win. The Rangers completed a sweep of the Guardians on Sunday, beating Cleveland 5-0. Merrill Kelly was brilliant, striking out 8 over 7 scoreless frames. Rowdy Tellez hit his 15th homer of the year. With the wins, Texas moves back to 500 and just 4 behind the Mariners for the final wildcard slot in the AL. After losing 2 in a row to the Tigers on Friday and Saturday, the Royals came back to beat Detroit 10-8 on Sunday. Michael Garcia hit his 13th homer, and Vinny Pasquantino, the Pasquatch, hit his 28th. Also his 9th in his last 14 games. Riley Green hit his 31st for the Tigers in the loss. For any other scores and news, head on over to MLB.com. That's all for today's morning lineup. Anthony Castrovince will be back with you tomorrow to fill you in on all of Monday's action. A game to watch tonight? How about Mets vs. Phillies? Those are always fun. 2 aces, Christopher Sanchez and Kodai Senga, will square off at 7:10 Eastern on MLB.tv. Can the Mets claw their way back to a shot at first place? Will the Phils knock the Mets out of playoff contention? I don't know. That's why I told you to watch it. And as always, please don't forget to leave us a rating and a review, share this podcast with the baseball lovers in your life, and enjoy all the games today.